self-defense is each defense, right?
Not in Buddhism. In Buddhism, whatever you do will bring you consequences, and whatever happens to you is a consequence of what you did in the past. So if somebody wants to kill you, then that's your fault that you killed somebody in the past. Now the problem is that as soon as you make an action, it doesn't bring one reaction. It brings not only a large, a broad variety, a broad number of reactions, but also a chain reaction. To make a bad deed and to make a good deed as well is a very, very big thing. Now, if somebody kills a human being, then not only that they would be killed sometime in the future, but they would be killed for many, many lives, not just in one life, for many lives. Usually, it's counted like for many lives, the number is like 500. Be symbolic number, meaning many lives. And so it's not just one time. So just killing one person doesn't mean that one will be killed, you know? Eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. No, that's not the way Karma works. Karma works like eye for 1,000 eyes, you know? Tooth for 1,000 teeth, and sometimes even more. So that depends on your good deeds. If you have many good deeds, then sometimes it mixes up. So if you have a lot of good deeds and you make a little bad deed, then the consequences of the little bad deed will be little. If you don't have any good deeds, if you don't do good deeds, and you have little bad deeds, still you can go to hell for that little bad deed for a long, long time. So it depends also on the amount of your good deeds. But you cannot erase, you know, your bad deed, the consequences, in any other way than by becoming enlightened and passing into Nibbana. So now this was only for the broad range. So like one person commits something bad and then they will suffer for it many, many, many times. But there is another problem, and that's the chain reaction. So now suppose that a person A kills a person B. Now person B, so person B kills a person A, yeah, that's better. Person B kills a person A, and then they will suffer. How will they suffer? That they will be killed by person C. Now the problem is that the person C has killed person B, and that's a bad deed. Therefore, person C will be killed by person D. And it goes on and on and on. And it sometimes doesn't stop even at person Z. So that depends, you know, like different conditions will cause a different way how the consequence is happening. So sometimes a person dies because another person kills them. Sometimes a person dies because of a natural disaster or because of a disease, you know. So in that case, the chain reaction doesn't continue to another person. So we need to be really careful, you know, about doing something bad, because when you do something bad, not only that the person who has to suffer what you did will suffer, but also you will suffer, and also many other people will suffer who will have the opportunity, you know, to commit the bad deed to you. Now suppose that you would not do the bad deed, then you actually decrease the probability that another person will do that deed to you. Fortunately, it's the same thing for good deeds as well. It's the same thing for good deeds as well. So when you do good deed, it brings a consequence which is very broad. So if you, for example, give something to a beggar, to an animal, or to a noble person, to a monk, you know, or to a wise person, then that will bring you so much of good, you know, so much of fortune. It will bring you happiness and wealth. And that may last for hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, depending on the power of the deed, depending on the level of the person or the being who received your donation. Now, if you don't want to choose who you donate to, then you yourself need to become noble. If you yourself become enlightened, or if you yourself become a nun, then whatever you would give to another person, even if they are like not as ethically living as you would, still your donation is totally purified by your own ethics. So not only that the consequence of a good deed is broad, but again, it creates a chain reaction. So you donate something to somebody else, so a person B donates something to person A, then because of that, there will be a high probability that a person C will desire to donate something to person B. And that person C, therefore, might be donated something from person D. And like this, it may go on and on and on, even beyond person Z. So this way, we can, like encourage ourselves and remind ourselves that doing bad deeds is a total catastrophe, whereas doing good deeds is immensely, immensely powerful and good for everyone. So this way, you can consider how it is important, to avoid killing, even if you are in a dangerous situation, such as somebody wants to kill you. So somebody wants to kill you, it's because you killed somebody else. So if you want to avoid creating new chain reaction, because the fact that somebody wants to kill you now is already one chain reaction. Now, if you kill them, then you create another chain reaction. So there will be two. And that's a problem. So creating chain reactions like this is a problem for everybody. Like you may attempt to kill them, but still they may kill you. So they kill you, so the first chain reaction is continuing, is on, and your chain reaction is now doubled, because now there is the second chain reaction where you killed the person, that was not the person you killed in the previous life, for which you would be suffering now. So then we always need to be smart and devise a way how to disarm the person, without making a new chain of reactions.